Okay, good morning students. Yesterday we have discussed about aminoglycosides. Today also we are continuing same class, aminoglycosides. Okay, in aminoglycosides, aminoglycoside antibiotics. Yesterday we have discussed about some drugs like streptomycin. Today we are going to discuss about gentamicin, clindamycin, neomycin. What are the uses of these drugs and what are the nursing implications. Okay, yesterday we have not discussed about pharmacokinetics of aminoglycosides. What are the pharmacokinetics? I mean, already you know pharmacokinetics means movement of the drug within the body is known as pharmacokinetics. Pharmacokinetics action of these aminoglycosides are not absorbed from the gut, but when instilled into the body cavities or applied on large wounds, they may get rapidly absorbed. Following IM injection, peak levels are seen in 60 minutes. Okay, very easy explanation. You will understand very easily about what is the pharmacokinetic action of this aminoglycosides. And aminoglycosides are not absorbed from the gut. Gut lo absorb kaadu. You know gut. What is the meaning of that? That is large and small intestine. That is a tube between this esophagus to anus is called this gut. In between that one, stomach and anus, in between that long tube is called gut. Okay, Now, what is gut? Aminoglycosides are not absorbed from the gut lo absorb kaadu, but when instilled into the body cavities or applied on large wounds, they may get rapidly absorbed. మనం ఈ aminoglycosides ని large wounds మీద కానీ body cavity instill చేసినప్పుడు they will get rapidly absorbed. But following IM injection, peak levels are seen in 60 minutes. Within 60 minutes, this drug will act. This is the pharmacokinetics action of aminoglycosides. అంటే aminoglycosides are not absorbed from the gut ఒకటి, but when instilled into body cavities or applied on large wounds, they may get rapidly absorbed. Following IM injection, peak levels are seen in 60 minutes. Okay, then continuation. This pharmacokinetics, they are not bound to plasma proteins and do not enter cells or cross barriers, mostly remain in the blood vessels. In patients with severe infection, plasma concentration of aminoglycoside should be determined to guide the treatment. Severe infections lo manamu treatment purpose kuda we are using these aminoglycosides. Simple pharmacokinetic action ante these aminoglycosides are not absorbed in the gut, but these aminoglycosides are when instilled into the body cavities and applied on the wound, the action of aminoglycosides are very rapid action is there. Following IM injection lo, after injection within 60 minutes the drug will absorb and the action is more rapidly occur within 60 minutes. Then gentamicin lo already yesterday we have discussed about streptomycin. Other drugs like gentamicin, clindamycin, neomycin, amikacin, these are all drugs comes under aminoglycoside antibiotics. Okay, let us discuss about gentamicin. Gentamicin obtained from Micromonospora purpurea is more potent. Potent means very powerful. Potent and has a broader spectrum of action compared to streptomycin. Development of resistance has limited its use. Okay, very nice. What is gentamicin? Gentamicin is a aminoglycoside antibiotic. First one. This gentamicin is obtained from Micromonospora purpurea. Is more potent. Already you know potent means a very powerful action and has a broader spectrum of action compared to streptomycin. When we are compared to streptomycin, gentamicin has a broad spectrum antibiotic. Development of resistance is less compared to streptomycin. Okay, gentamicin is a aminoglycoside. When you will get this gentamicin examination, about only single gentamicin. ఇచ్చినప్పుడు you have to write gentamicin is a aminoglycoside antibiotic. This gentamicin is obtained from Micromonospora purpura, is more powerful or potent, and it has a broad spectrum of action compared to streptomycin. Okay, development of resistance is very less or limited. Okay, its use, when we are using the gentamicin, resistance is very less. Okay, uses, urinary tract infection. Gentamicin is effective in uncomplicated UTI as it is released for a long time from the kidney. Uncomplicated urinary tract infections అంటే కిడ్నీ ఇన్వాల్వ్ లేకుండా అన్కాంప్లికేటెడ్ UTI ఉన్నప్పుడు దిస్ gentamicin is very very useful and effective. Pneumonia due to gram-negative organisms may be treated with gentamicin plus penicillin. మనకు సల్ఫోనమైడ్స్ సింగిల్ గా యూస్ దిస్ aminoglycoside సింగిల్ గా యూసినప్పుడు యాక్షన్ ఈస్ వెరీ లెస్, బట్ వీఆర్ యూసింగ్ విత్ కాంబినేషన్ ద యాక్షన్ ఈస్ గుడ్ యాక్షన్. Pneumonia అంటే డ్యూ టు the person or anybody got pneumonia due to gram-negative organisms may be treated with gentamicin plus penicillin. Okay. This is uses into urinary tract infections, uncomplicated, not involvement of kidneys. We can use this gentamicin. Then pneumonia due to gram-negative organisms may be treated with gentamicin plus penicillin. Then osteomyelitis, septicemia, peritonitis caused by gram-negative organisms can be treated with gentamicin. Other than UTI and pneumonia, we can use this gentamicin. Osteomyelitis, septicemia, peritonitis caused by gram-negative organisms can be treated with gentamicin. Okay. Next, meningitis due to gram-negative bacilli. Gentamicin is used with a third generation cephalosporins. Gentamicin may be used in place of streptomycin in bacterial endocarditis. Topical. Gentamicin is used topically in burns and other infected wounds. Okay, what are the uses? Urinary tract infection, the uncomplicated UTI అన్నప్పుడు యూస్ చేస్తాము. నిమోనియాలో gentamicin plus penicillin కాంబినేషన్ యూస్ చేస్తాం. నెక్స్ట్ osteomyelitis, septicemia, peritonitis. This peritonitis is caused by gram-negative organisms ఉన్నప్పుడు these infections are treated with by using gentamicin. Then very very important, meningitis due to gram-negative bacilli, gentamicin is used with a third generation cephalosporins. We have discussed cephalosporins లో మనము యాంటీబయాటిక్స్ లో ఫస్ట్ జనరేషన్, సెకండ్ జనరేషన్, థర్డ్ అండ్ ఫోర్త్ జనరేషన్స్ డిస్కస్ చేసుకున్నాము. మెనింజైటిస్ gram-negative bacilli వచ్చినప్పుడు gentamicin used with combination of drug, gentamicin plus third generation of cephalosporins. Whatever drugs comes under third generation, we can use gentamicin along with cephalosporins in meningitis due to gram-negative bacilli. Next one, gentamicin may be used in place of streptomycin in bacterial endocarditis. మామూలుగా మనము ఎండోకార్డైటిస్, అరోమాటిక్ హార్ట్ డిసీజెస్ లో ట్యూబర్క్యులోస్ లో స్ట్రెప్టోమైసిన్ ఇస్తున్నాము. బట్ వెరాజ్ ఇన్ ఎండోకార్డైటిస్ ఇన్ ప్లేస్ ఆఫ్ స్ట్రెప్టోమైసిన్ gentamicin may be used. అంటే రెసిస్టెన్స్ వస్తుంది ఒక్కొక్కసారి. రెసిస్టెన్స్ వచ్చినప్పుడు gentamicin is the another drug to use in endocarditis in place of instead of streptomycin. Okay, topical use. Gentamicin is used topically in burns and other infected wounds. మనం aminoglycoside antibiotics ఏమనుకున్నాము, when they are used gut లో poor absorption to, but when they are used topically their action is they absorbed very well అన్నాము. Topical use of gentamicin is used topically in burns and other infected wounds. Okay, one more use. Gentamicin eye drops are used in the prevention and treatment of bacterial conjunctivitis. Okay, when the person is having bacterial conjunctivitis, at that time gentamicin drops are used to prevention and treatment of prevention of infection, and at the time already infection is there, to control the infection we are using this gentamicin eye drops. This is about gentamicin. Why I am explaining again and again ante some of the students Yesterday Srilaya was given one information about the supplementary students are they are not understanding this pharmacology very well, and say you don't worry about that, because this after completion of syllabus we will give నెక్స్ట్ మళ్ళీ రివిజన్ ఇస్తాము. లైక్ కాలేజ్లో మీరు ఎలా ఉంటే అలాగే రివిజన్స్ ఇస్తూ ఉంటాము. డోంట్ వరీ అబౌట్ దట్. యూ హ్యావ్ ఎనీ డౌట్ ఇన్ ఈచ్ అండ్ ఎవ్రీ క్లాస్ ఐఎమ్ ఆస్కింగ్ ఇఫ్ యూ హ్యావ్ ఎనీ డౌట్ ఆఫ్టర్వర్డ్స్ యూ గివ్ మెసేజ్ టు మీ అనేసి. ఓకే, వాట్ ఈస్ జెంటామైసిన్ మీన్స్? ఆబ్టైన్ ఫ్రమ్ మైక్రోమోనోస్పోరా పర్పురా, is more potent and has a broader spectrum of action compared to streptomycin. Development of resistance has limited its use. Uses lo urinary tract infections, that is uncomplicated pneumonia due to gram-negative gentamicin plus penicillin. Then osteomyelitis, septicemia, peritonitis caused by gram-negative organisms can be treated with gentamicin. Then the person is suffering with meningitis. We are using combination gentamicin plus third generation cephalosporins. Then gentamicin may be used in place of streptomycin in bacterial endocarditis. Then topical use in burns we are using this gentamicin. Then eye drops to prevent and treatment bacterial conjunctivitis, and the drug is tobramycin. Okay, this is also aminoglycoside antibiotic. Tobramycin has better activity against Pseudomonas and is used with an anti-pseudomonal penicillin in such infections. Tobramycin also aminoglycoside antibiotic. This tobramycin has better activity against Pseudomonas infection. Is used with an anti-pseudomonal penicillin in such infections. If the person is having Pseudomonas infections, okay, at that time with the combination of Pseudomonal penicillin plus tobramycin, we can use this kanamycin. This is another type of aminoglycoside antibiotic. Due to its toxicity is very high in kanamycin. Its use is limited to multi-drug resistant tuberculosis. What is kanamycin? It is an aminoglycoside antibiotic. Because of using this drug, toxicity is high. Because of that reason, limited use. We are using limitedly for kanamycin to multi-drug resistant tuberculosis. That tuberculosis organisms are resistant to multi-drugs. At that time, we have to use this kanamycin. Because of toxicity, the action is limited. Then amikacin has a widest antibacterial spectrum among the aminoglycosides. Okay, it is resistant to aminoglycoside activating enzymes. Uses hospital acquired infections due to gram-negative organisms. Tuberculosis. Amikacin is useful in multi-drug resistant tuberculosis in combination with other drugs. It is also used in infections due to atypical mycobacteria in patients with acquired immunodeficiency syndrome. What is amikacin? Amikacin has widest antibacterial spectrum among the aminoglycosides. Aminoglycosides, so all drugs, number of drugs are there in aminoglycosides, but in aminoglycosides, this amikacin has the widest antibacterial spectrum among the aminoglycosides. It is resistant to aminoglycoside in activating enzymes. Activating enzyme it is resistant, but uses amikacin ante simple ga nerchukondi. Amikacin is a aminoglycoside antibiotic, but it has a widest antibacterial spectrum among the aminoglycosides. It's enough. Then uses hospital acquired infection due to gram-negative organisms. We will get hospital due to ఏమంటారు infections, like we are using ascending infections and descending infections. We will get in hospitals because of ascending infections, upper parts, by using this oxygen mask, not following aseptic precautions or clean techniques, Rayleigh tube wound infections. So many comes in ascending infections and throat suctioning. Descending infections no urinary tract infections. All descending infections comes under descending parts. gram-negative organisms. So, hospital-acquired infections we can treat with amikacin. Tuberculosis. Amikacin is useful in multi-drug resistant tuberculosis in combination with other drugs. It is also used in infections due to atypical mycobacteria in patients with AIDS. Uses లో hospital acquired infections ఒకటి due to gram-negative organisms, tuberculosis, that is multi-drug resistant tuberculosis. Another one is AIDS, atypical micro, that is immunosuppressive diseases లో AIDS. Then netilmycin, like amikacin, netilmycin is resistant to aminoglycoside inactivating enzymes. It is used in serious infections due to gram-negative bacilli. Very simple. Netilmycin is a aminoglycoside antibiotic. It is used in serious infections due to gram-negative bacilli. Then neomycin. Neomycin has a wide antibacterial spectrum as it is highly ototoxic. It is not given systemically. It is used topically as ointment, cream and powder. You know neomycin cream. Okay, neomycin is a aminoglycoside antibiotic. It is a wide antibacterial spectrum as it is highly ototoxic. Manam ototoxicity, nephrotoxicity, neuromuscular problems are the contraindications of using these drugs. It will produce ototoxicity. Adverse effects. It is not given systemically. We cannot use this neomycin as systemical drug, but it is used topically as ointment. In the form of ointment, cream and powder, we are using the neomycin. In simple, neomycin is the aminoglycoside antibiotic. It has a wide antibacterial spectrum action. It is highly ototoxic because we are not using this neomycin as a systemical use. Okay, but when we are using this neomycin ointment, cream and powder, it is very effective. Then what are the adverse effects of these drugs? Skin rashes on topical use. Yes. Oral use can cause diarrhea. Then steatorrhea and malabsorption due to damage to the intestinal villi. Supra infection with the candida can also occur. These are the adverse effects of these drugs like skin rashes. Oral use can cause diarrhea, steatorrhea and malabsorption due to damage to the intestinal villi. Intestinal villi damage we will get this malabsorption syndrome like that. Supra infection with the candida can also occur. Then uses. Topical use. Neomycin. Neomycin is used topical in skin infections. ఇందాక అనుకున్నాం క్రీమ్ ఆయింట్మెంట్ ఫార్మ్స్ అనుకున్నాం, బర్న్స్, అల్సర్స్, వూండ్ ఇన్ఫెక్షన్స్, ఐ అండ్ ఇయర్ ఇన్ఫెక్షన్స్ లో మనం టాపికల్ యూస్ చేస్తాము. ఓరల్లీ నియోమైసిన్ is not absorbed when given orally. It is used to prepare the bowel for surgery, that is preoperative gut sterilization. We are using this neomycin. Okay. Neomycin is a wide antibacterial spectrum action, but it is highly ototoxic. It is not given systemically. It is used topically as ointment, cream and powder. And then adverse effects ఏమిటంటే skin rashes on topical use. Oral use can cause diarrhea. Then malabsorption syndrome. Supra infection with the candida can also occur. Then uses lo topical use lo em chestam manamu. Neomycin is used topically in skin infections lo topical use in burns patients, ulcers and wounds. Eye and ear infections lo we can use topically this neomycin. Then orally, neomycin is not absorbed when given orally. It will not absorb given orally, but it is avoided to give orally. It is used to prepare the bowel for surgery, that is preoperative gut sterilization. We are using this netilmycin for bowel preparation. Then hepatic coma. Ammonia produced by colonic bacteria is absorbed and converted to urea by the liver. In hepatic coma, we are using this drug. In severe hepatic failure, as liver is unable to handle this ammonia, blood ammonia levels rise, resulting in encephalopathy. Okay, if the person is developed encephalopathy, what this neomycin will do ante, neomycin inhibits intestinal flora and decreases ammonia production. Because of excessive ammonia production, they may get encephalopathies. But when we are using this neomycin, this neomycin inhibits intestinal flora and decreases ammonia production. Neomycin is given orally for this purpose. Orally, neomycin is not absorbed well, but in hepatic coma, because of excessive ammonia production, the person may get encephalopathy. But what is the purpose of we are taking orally this neomycin means neomycin inhibits intestine flora and decreases ammonia production. Neomycin is given orally for this purpose. Okay, very simple. Thank you. Okay, today we are discussed about aminoglycoside. Yesterday and today we are discussed in the countries. A number of drugs are there in aminoglycoside antibiotics, pharmacokinetic action. Then about gentamicin, what are the uses? Then tobramycin, kanamycin, amikacin, nitilmycin, neomycin. What are the adverse effects of neomycin? What are the topical and oral uses of neomycin? In hepatic coma, why we are taking this neomycin orally? About this aminoglycosides. Okay, after this class, please convey message or give message to me. You understood this topic or not? If you have any doubts, I will clear your doubts. Especially supplementary students, don't worry about pharmacology and pathology. Pharmacology and pathology are very, very easy subjects when you will understand and read properly. You read this topic today only, at that time only you will understand about this pharmacology very well. Okay, thank you students.